Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the week of August 29th. We're going to jump right in here, Pisces, and we are going to see what is going on for you. In your first row here, we're going to look at your current general energies that you could be going through at this time. I'm laughing because, as usual, Pisces, this entire deck is upside down, so what else is new, right? We're going to look at anything unexpected that could be happening for you in your next row here, Pisces. And like I said, this whole entire deck is upside down. But damn, Pisces, look at this reading. This is really, really good. We're going to look at what you need to know for your highest good in this third row here. And we are also going to look at your next actions in this last row as well. On top of all that, we are going to pull, of course, 3 yes or no question cards at the end. So I will give you time to pause the reading and think of your questions if you have questions. But in your general energies for the week, you have this bat spirit. It says a rebirth is assured. So I do feel some of you could be going through some sort of rebirth here. I get much more of what I would call a processing energy. This is like a fruit bat, and not to get too graphic here, but it's like, they spread their seeds by eating the fruit, right? I feel like something has gone through some darkness, or something has experienced like a period of darkness, and now it's like coming out into the light just so that it can be, just so that it can grow more or less. So I feel like something is more like being processed and growing, if that makes sense. And you even have the star here on the star card. The star, the lady on the star card is watering the grass with the energy of the universal consciousness. And so I feel for a lot of you, you're kind of like getting something, like I get much more of a growth energy. I'm not saying that there aren't going to be rebirths going on in your life. I think we're always going through rebirths in our life, but I feel like something is growing more is what I feel here. You have the 4 Wands, the Chariot, and the Star card. Again, with this Star card, I feel like something is being reborn or going through a rebirth in your life. I also feel that there's a sense of hope with this Star card as well. She can represent something being reborn. You're seeing how something is possible that you want to accomplish, Pisces. And again, this could be in any area of your life. It could be love or otherwise. If you're asking, what is this? I would just say, what do you want? She is pouring this water onto land here. And the water that she's pouring onto the land represents what's possible for one person being possible for you. So I feel for a lot of you, this is about something that maybe feels a little bit out of reach. It's like you've gone through the processing period, and now it's becoming possible. You have the Chariot as well, so definitely a victory coming in for you. For some of you, there could be travel coming up for you, or you could be traveling a lot. Like I said, I've been saying this to you for a long time, Pisces. If you're a Pisces, chances are there's going to be a lot of opportunity for you to travel. That doesn't necessarily mean you will travel, but, again, if you want to travel, if you want to move, if you want to do any of those things, between now and forever, really, I feel there's a lot of kind of gypsy energy for you, Pisces, where you could be kind of like moving around and traveling. I feel there's going to be a lot of victories, but major manifestation vibes going on here in this reading. You even have this co-create card, all about manifesting things, and this Chariot is all about manifesting things as well. You also have the 4 Wands, could be a marriage, but 4 Wands is really a card of freedom, and I feel there's like a new sense of freedom coming in for you. Again, 4 Wands to me can represent something, sorry, wrong camera. 4 Wands can be something being on pause. You can see these 4 Wands here, almost looks like a pause symbol, and I feel like something has been on pause and now it's coming into the light, or something is being revealed in your life, whatever, whatever, take it how it resonates, whatever the case may be here, Pisces. But let's clarify through this, and let's see what's going on here. With the 4 Wands, you have the Tower. For some of you, could be like a separation or a breakup that you've been going through. Even in your last row, Ace of Swords, Tower. You do have the 3 Cups, though, which is like a reunion or celebration. But, for some of you, could have gone through like some sort of separation or be dealing with that. For others, I feel that you're just setting yourself free. Again, Tower World is in the Chariot. To me, that's just a move or traveling. So for those of you that are doing that, I would say you could be, obviously. With the Chariot, you have the 10 of Swords. Something is dead, done, over with. So I do feel for a lot of you that you could be kind of like moving on from things that no longer serve you with the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is also kind of like a card of the sun coming up. But again, it's almost like this reading is really saying to me that you're leaving the darkness. I wouldn't even be scared about the Tower showing up twice here and the 10 of Swords. I feel like you're kind of leaving some sort of darkness behind. With the star, you have the Queen of Swords. Again, seeing things clearly. Like I said, the star is pretty simple to me, and it's good to have the tower and then the star, or at least a reading where you have the tower and the star, because it says you could be healing from like a tower moment. In the major arcana, we go from the tower to the star. But the Queen of Swords is about seeing clearly. And like I said with that star card, I feel like you see how something is possible for you now, something that you've wanted to accomplish for a long time. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Can You Hear Me card. Some of you could be receiving a message or communication, but I feel like you're just trying to get your point across, really. I feel like this is you, if I'm being honest here, Pisces, and I feel that you could be trying to get your point across in some sort of situation. If we go, World, Nine of Swords, Three of Cups, some of you, this could be getting your point across involving family or friends, things like that. For others, I feel like you could be kind of trying to sell yourself, not like sell yourself literally, but you're not going to be out there on the streets here, Pisces. But what I would say is I feel like you could be trying to sell yourself to like a job or a business, and you could be working on how you present something, getting something about packaging as well, which I'm pretty sure this is like the 10th time that I've said this to you, Pisces. I always get these messages about like how something is presented, and you're the only sign that gets this message. It's like, if you, just for example, like YouTube, it's like maybe if you have a YouTube channel, you could be presenting, it's like how you present something, it needs to change or something along those lines. It's like there's something that's off. This is not a bad thing, by the way, because it's like the way that I see this row, once you figure it out, that's what kind of creates this turnaround. You have the World and the Wheel of Fortune here. So you have the World, the Four Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune. But I really see this World as a card of accomplishment and you accomplishing something. Get a lot of travel vibes coming up here in your reading. So some of you could be traveling or moving with this energy. But like I said, I feel like you could be taking something to the next level by, how you present something, especially in work or business. You have the Four Swords. This is something that, again, with that bat spirit, I feel like it's been inside your body. I feel like you've been kind of gestating something for a very long time. You've been processing some information or something about your life for a very long period of time. I feel like you want things to work out in your life. You're like hoping and praying for blessings with the Four Swords. There's a person in this window up here who's receiving blessings from another person. So I feel there's been a lot of like hoping and praying going on, looking for some answers. Maybe you've been meditating a lot. Again, we're entering into Mercury retrograde in September, so not a bad time for meditation. You also have the Wheel of Fortune, which again is a turnaround. So again, like I said, in work or business, I would definitely be focusing on like how either you present yourself, or if you have like products or whatever it is that you work on, I would be focusing on the packaging or how it's presented. That's what's popping into my head. You're going to have to take it how it resonates here, Pisces, but that's what I'll say there. Let's see. With the World card, you have the Three of Swords. Could be like some sort of heartbreak. Again, there could be the ending of this could be like a divorce situation. Four Wands, Tower, Three of Swords, Five of Swords, and then you have the Ace of Swords, which is a victory. What I will say is you have that Shark card at the end. The Shark card is like something that can't be ignored. You know what I mean? So, sharks, it's like they're only dangerous when they're in the water and you don't see them. But if you see the shark, then you can avoid it. And that's really the message I'm getting on that Shark card. It's like something is there. I don't really feel like it's a bad card in your reading either. I actually feel like it's kind of good because I feel like you're turning into a shark in a good way. But what I would say is that I feel like something can't be ignored here. And we're going to look into that obviously in just a minute. With the Four Swords, you have the Emperor. Could be an Aries for some of you. For others, I feel that a lot of you just have a craving for freedom. Chariot, Star, World, Four Wands. Four Wands is the card of freedom. So I feel you have a major, and not only that, you go like this. Sorry, I'm not going to figure this out today, but you go this direction right here. You're going to the Hierophant. So this to me really says that you're trying to set yourself free from, maybe some rules or regulations, or maybe society has certain rules for how certain things work in your life. And I feel, but again, maybe you want to do your own thing, right? I think we all do. And so I feel like you have a very strong craving for freedom, whatever that means for you, Pisces. And, seems to be a focus for you this week. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Knight of Wands. Knight of Wands, like inconsistent energy. I feel like some of you could be ending inconsistent cycles in your life, or oh my God, my foot pedal died, Pisces, and so now I'm having to use my regular old, that's the secret of how I'm able to switch cameras, is I use my foot, but now I'm having to use my other thing. But anyway, I feel like for some of you that you have ended an inconsistent cycle or some sort of in and out cycle. For others, again, clearly adventure. I feel like adventure could be almost profitable for you, as in like literally if you're going on adventures, you could be making money. Again, with all these cards, Chariot, World, this to me looks like you going on some sort of new adventure. Next, for the message for your highest good, you have this co-create spirit. Obviously, I feel teamwork makes the dream work this year. I've literally said it about 9,000 times. So I would be working on a team with people in your life. Could also be a specific person, like in work or business, that you're working with or that you need to work with. I kind of do feel this whole entire row is a little bit lonely, and there's like a general loneliness in your reading here in general, but I kind of feel the reading itself is saying open up to other people, that you don't have to be alone in whatever it is that you are doing or experiencing. Maybe one day I'll learn how to do my job, right, Pisces? You have the Five of Swords, Nine of Swords, and the Hierophant here. The Hierophant, I feel, is again the kind of like wanting to do things your own way. This is gonna sound wrong. I don't want this to sound wrong, right, Pisces? I mean this in the best way possible, because I'm a Pisces too. So I'm kind of talking about myself here. But I feel for some of you that maybe you are it's almost as if you are thinking to yourself that, if you've ever seen children, who are like 3 years old or 2 years old or something, and it's like they want to do, when they get to that stage where they want to do things on their own, even if they kind of struggle and can't do it on their own. Like if you've ever seen like a little child who's like, no, I'm going to tie my shoes, but like they can't really tie their shoes, but they want to be independent and they want to tie their shoes. I kind of have that popping into my head where some of you could be feeling like that, where it's like there are things you want to do. And I'm not saying you can't do those things, but I do feel this reading is encouraging you to either, work with a mentor if this isn't like business or something, because I feel like it'll just get you to the next level faster to have mommy or daddy tie your shoes, right? It's like you could be making things happen a lot quicker just doing that, right? And so I kind of get this feeling of making your life a little bit harder than it needs to be. And, I feel for your highest good, getting away out of that energy would be very good for you. Can we do it? Oh my God, Pisces. I really thought I had this figured out, but I don't. But anyway, the Nine of Swords. Nine of Swords is about getting out of your head. Nine of Swords is about needing to realize that you are protected. You see he has this blanket on him here. So he could be having a nightmare, but something is protected in your life, Pisces. And that's what I feel like you need to realize with this energy. You do have the Five of Swords. Five of Swords could be separation or walking away from things, but again, he's alone. It's also a card of winning at all costs. This guy here, he's like trying to win at all costs, even at the cost of, relationships and things like that. So I wouldn't really say this is a warning against doing that, but I do feel like it's saying, again, you don't have to do things alone. Three of Cups is a card of teamwork and co-creation. So I do feel co-creative energy would be much more beneficial for you than kind of being alone. With the Five of Swords, you have the what is this? Page of Pentacles. I feel like there could be good news coming in for you. And I also feel that there could be, I feel like there could be just good news coming in. You have this, you have the Ace of Swords right next to it. So I do feel some of you who have been waiting for good news or maybe some sort of victory. You have the Chariot and the Ace of Swords, both cards of victory. And I feel like you could be hearing about victory. For those of you looking for love, this could be like an earth sign coming in for you here with that Page of Pentacles. With the Nine of Swords, you have the Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords is a card of victories. The Ace of Swords says you will always have challenges in life as well, but you will easily be able to overcome those challenges. Even if we go this way, right here, up to this Ace of Swords, this goes right here. So I feel like a lot of you could be overcoming some challenges that you have been experiencing, maybe kind of slaying some inner demons or overcoming some, inner monsters, some things that have been controlling you for a long time. So it looks to me like you could be cutting something toxic out of your life. With the Hierophant, you have the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is you wanting to do things your own way. Exactly what I was saying. Two of Wands, he's like standing at the top of a castle. There's also normally a village on the Two of Wands, and it's a card of needing to leave a comfort zone. And, to me, that makes total sense with what I was feeling on that Hierophant card. It's almost as if you want to explore and do things on your own. I don't think this is such a bad thing. Part of me feels like this reading is saying, yeah, absolutely, go explore, figure out how to tie your shoes on your own. You're not really tying your shoes here. This has to do with like work, business, could even be relationships, something that you're learning about. But I kind of feel like you have to do it on your own. And maybe what this reading is really saying is take the risk. It's like if you tie your shoes together, maybe you're going to fall and get hurt, but you're not going to do it again after you do it once, right? So it's almost as if there's some sort of risk that you're thinking about taking in your life. And I feel people in your life, maybe they just don't understand it or see it. So I feel, part of me feels like you have to do things on your own. Part of me also feels like you have to, co-create with other people, but also be careful of advice. I feel that's kind of confusing, but I feel the trick here is to look at the advice that people are giving you. If people are giving you advice just so you don't scrape your knee a little bit, maybe it's like they're coming from a good place, but maybe it's not good advice. It reminds me of like starting a business, right? So many people throughout my whole entire life have said, don't start a business. It's risky. I'm like, yeah, crossing the street is risky, right? You get hit by a bus tomorrow. So, to me, that's not really risk. But what I'm saying is there are always going to be people in life who say it's risky, but plenty of people do it. Star card, right? Star card is if one person can do it, you can do it. Just like I said at the beginning of the reading. And just putting everything together in this reading, I feel like there's something you want to do or something you've been thinking about doing, any area of your life. Maybe people are telling you risky or you're crazy or whatever. I would just do it because I feel like you have to experience it. I feel like you have to maybe scrape your knee. And is that such a bad thing? No, get a Band-Aid, right? Put a Band-Aid on it. You'll be fine. You're not going to die, plain and simple. So some sort of risk. Next, you have in the area of, what are we doing? Oh, the next action that you have to take. You have this shark card. The shark is a card of, like I said earlier, of needing to see something, needing to see the shark in the water, which is kind of what I was feeling for you here, Pisces, that there's some sort of shark in the water. I feel like there have been several sharks in the water for you, Pisces, maybe over the past years. Could be in relationships, businesses. I kind of feel everything. But I kind of feel you're also saying, like, what's a shark and what's a guppy in my life? You're almost looking at everything going on in your life and you're saying, like, are some things actually sharks or and other things are, kind of cute little guppies or, vice versa. And I kind of see this back and forth energy where you could be looking at situations, experiences, people that you've had in your life and really kind of, as Esther Hicks says, sifting and sorting and deciding, like, actually, this could have been a positive experience and maybe this was negative. There's a major challenge here with this Hierophant. I'm really stuck on the Hierophant. Hierophant makes sense for you because of Neptune and Pisces. Hierophant reminds me of Neptune and Pisces energy. And the whole point of Neptune and Pisces is, like, we could have experiences when we were younger or we were raised to believe something. Maybe you were raised to believe that, like, all dogs are dangerous, right? Neptune and Pisces challenges those beliefs. So maybe you start finding yourself being attracted to dogs. You want to go play with dogs even though you've been afraid of them your whole entire life. That's Neptune and Pisces. It's to break us out of kind of those, ancestral beliefs or those long-held beliefs that we maybe were raised to have. So it's almost, I see some of you coming out of your shell. This lady in this reading, she's in her shell here, Pisces. So I feel a lot of you are leaving a shell this week. This reading is deep, Pisces. I have to say, you have the Ace of Swords, the Tower, and the Three of Cups. I do feel this Tower is kind of saying, once you get out into the world, I feel you're going to be shocked at, like, what the truth of the world is. So some of you are entering into a world. You have the World card here. Maybe some of you are heartbroken because you didn't do something sooner, and that's why the Three of Swords is coming up with that World card. But I kind of see some of you getting out into the world. I see you, maybe not literally, maybe you've already been out into the world, but what I'm saying is maybe there is an experience that you've held back on because of beliefs for a very long period of time, and because you're understanding now, like, what's a shark, what's a guppy, what's dangerous, what's not dangerous, I feel you're kind of taking some risks here. And what's shocking, and what could be shocking for you, is that you didn't do something sooner. So I kind of get that energy for you here. For some of you, I clearly feel this is in business, where you could be making a business change, and I feel things go so well. You're like, why was I afraid of this? Why didn't I do this sooner? That's what's popping into my head here. You have the Three of Cups, definitely some sort of celebration coming in for you. And again, I would definitely, don't be afraid to co-create. People always say, that's confusing when you say that. When I say, don't take people's advice, but also co-create. I'm like, really, it's not confusing. It's about where the advice is coming from. It's like, I think we can take advice from people, but also say, I'm going to go scrape my knee. You know what I mean? It's like, look at children. You tell a child to not touch the top of a hot stove. What's the first thing they're going to do? They're going to touch the top of the hot stove. They have to figure it out for themselves. You have to figure something out for yourself. That doesn't mean that you can't also listen to what people say and kind of say, oh, okay, maybe you can weigh your options, or maybe they could help guide you a little bit, but you still have to go experience something. There's something about needing to have an experience in this reading if you can't tell, because I've said it about 900 times. But I feel there's some sort of celebration here. You also have this Ace of Swords, which is a victory. So whatever you're thinking about doing, you're thinking about doing something. And as I'm doing this reading right now, and I would just say yes. I feel like this is a yes before we even get to the yes-no question. So there's definitely some sort of victory coming in for you. Ace of Swords twice. Can't beat that. Let's clarify through here. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles, leaving a comfort zone. Four of Pentacles, holding on too tightly to the past, holding on to something that you should maybe be like letting go of so that you can have an experience. I really get the sense of getting into some sort of world here, Pisces. So it's like maybe you've been afraid to go back to school. Maybe you go back to school and it's like a really good experience, really positive experience for you. Maybe you've been afraid to get into a relationship. You get into a relationship and it's a really positive experience. That's how I see this reading. And that's what I mean by a world. It's like not necessarily the world, but you're getting into something. With the Tower, you have the Seven of Swords. Could be lying, cheating, stealing. Some of you definitely are like removing a negative element from your life where there was lying, cheating, stealing. Doesn't have to be that dramatic, as I always say. And also, Seven of Swords is internal fears that don't exist. So definitely time to let go of your fears. With the Three of Cups, you have the Magician. You can have whatever you want at this time, Pisces. I feel that the Magician says you are the master creator. You can create whatever you desire, but you just need to use your words to create it. And I definitely feel that for you here in this reading. Pretty powerful reading is what I would say to you here, Pisces. We're going to pull 3 yes or no question cards now. We're going to do 1, 2, and 3. Feel free to pause this reading if you need time to think of your questions. But 1, 2, and 3. For question number 1, you have the Two of Pentacles. I would say yes, but I feel like something needs more work here, Pisces. I should really call this yes, no, maybe, because, again, really, I think tarot doesn't control your life. It could be yes, it could be a no. You could go either way, but I feel like something needs more work. Whatever you're asking for, I feel something needs more attention. Whatever you're asking about needs more energy put into it. For question number 2, I would say no. This is like a stuck situation here. With the Eight of Swords, I feel like you need to set yourself free. For question number 3, I would say yes, Ace of Pentacles. If you're asking about love, this is a path to marriage, and I have a feeling that some of you are asking about a love situation on this number 3 here. So I would say yes. I also have Scorpio popping into my head, so it could be with a Scorpio. You do have the Tower twice, Scorpio, but it could be anything. It could also be an Aquarius, or maybe, like I feel Aquarius here. You have the Star in the Wheel of Fortune, or Capricorn, I guess. Any earth sign, really. You have a ton of earth here. But I would say yes. I also feel very good about this for money. So, damn, Pisces. I love this reading, actually. I feel like it's very deep. I feel like something, like once you do, it gives me the whole vibes of just like once you do something maybe that you've been a little bit scared to do, it just like opens up the world for you. So, love it. Thank you for being here, Pisces. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.